Speaking of Homeland.
Perfect segue to you, Mr. Patinkin, because Mandy Patinkin is here. He proves himself to be a powerhouse on the stage, in the movies, and on TV. The Tony and Emmy winner plays CIA European Division Chief Saul Berenson in the hit series Homeland. Have you seen it? In this Sunday's episode, Saul confronts his colleague and love interest, Allison, after learning she's a mole for Russia's intelligence service.
He tried to have Carrie killed.
Nonsense.
She was your friend, Allison.
You were my friend. More than that.
Those butchered agents in Cairo. That was yours too, wasn't it? What about Drew Sanders? Your Kiev deputy. What did he do to deserve a bullet in the face at extremely close range? Tell me, goddammit.
Or what, Saul?
He had a wife and 3 kids, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm still in touch with them. I'm godmother to their youngest, Kylie.
You betrayed them all, and then you found others to betray. All those networks rolled up, all those good people blown. What do you think happened to them?
Oh, Mandy Patinkin, welcome back to the table.
Hi, Vay.
I know, it's like, I just a lot this morning. Mandy, in real life,
Man.
how do you trust anybody when you play such a dark side and you see such dark things on TV?
I trust everyone.
Yeah.
And, you know, I tell you, I don't know. I mean, I just do. I'm very hopeful. I'm very optimistic about the world, about the mess that we're all living in right now. I think people tune into our show because they're looking for an answer. They're looking for some insight to a world that's on fire, a world that's burning, and you wonder why. And my prayer, my hope, Saul Berenson's prayer, Saul Berenson's hope is that there's something in between the lines. There's something in the way we listen to each other, which people aren't doing anymore. And what that something is, I think, Mandy thinks, I believe Saul thinks, is we need to come up with a new paradigm because the violence isn't working. The Spymasters show that we did, if you really watch it, if you really watch what those heads of the institutions say, and you listen in between the lines, they have failed. They have failed. All these bombs, you send an incident in Paris happens, you send planes and you bomb more, and then it makes more people who are marginalized by society living in towns where they have no education, they have no opportunity, so they're looking for a place to live. So what if we bombed all of these people with opportunity, with infrastructure, with schools, with medical facilities, with homes, with everything the West has? What if we gave them everything imaginable to make their lives wonderful so that they had no need to turn away?
This is so interesting. You're talking about Spymasters, which is this incredible documentary where we're able to interview Susan Zirinsky, and the other producers were able to interview 12 of the living CIA directors.
Yes.
And this describes 9/11, post 9/11, and you narrate the series.
Yes.
You, because of Homeland, because of this, you now talk to a lot of members of the intelligence community. You're going in January again.
Yeah.
Is that, you say you're optimistic, but what's the dark side?
Well, they come in 2 hours apiece, 3 days, 10-hour days, each guy for 2 hours. We have lunch and dinners, and they tell us what they feel. They're very patriotic. They care deeply about humanity all over the world, and they're trying to save humanity. They're trying to figure this out. You don't have to be Einstein to figure out that this is going to keep happening. This is going to happen long past our children's and our grandchildren's lifetime. This is a different kind of war.
2 things. One,
Yes.
you have often talked about listening.
Yes.
You need to listen more. Secondly, you're talking about providing all kinds of things in terms of education and caring and a lot of other things.
Yes.
What do you think will make it happen? What is required to see your points in action?
Little steps. Don't tell me that guns aren't a part of the problem. They are a part of the problem. We need to stop gun violence in America and all over the world. Other places have done it. In this country, we can take just the Middle East, just Gaza and the West Bank alone, and give them the best schools, give them the best road system, agricultural systems, medical systems. Give them everything we have and want for our children. So no one in that epicenter of existence can sit back and say, we're being cheated. We are not given freedom, justice, and dignity, which is all any human being.
And by that change the image of our country in their minds.
Absolutely, and we can show that we are the human beings, the Americans, that we claim that our forefathers wished us to be.
It's so important, Manny. Just on the BBC the other day, they said, another day in America, another shooting. That was at the BBC. So for yourself personally, you said you were always looking for the good in people, and you found it, you said, in Greece.
My friend Numan Akar, who played Akani in season 4, I said, you know, if you come out for the Emmy Awards, let me show you my country. Let me show you the West. Let me take you to Moab, Utah, and the Grand Canyon. Let me show it to you. He said, I can't go there. I said, why? He said, if I get in a fight in this country in Europe, I'll just get hurt. If I go in your country and get in a fight, I'll get killed. And it just woke me up about gun violence and a guy who looks like him and what he believes about my country. And that broke my heart.
And so for Greece, you did what?
So when this show, in the middle of our filming in Berlin all season, it blew up in Greece, and all the immigrants, which, you know, you knew this was going to happen, millions of people waiting to flee this violent war. And I needed to go there. And as soon as filming stopped, I went to Lesbos, and I wanted to hold a baby in my arms. I wanted to be with the family. I wanted to help them. And I did. And it just made all the difference in the world. And these families are like my family. They have 2 children. I met this family that lost everything in the water. They had no money to get the ferry, to get to Athens, to get to the train, to get to Europe. And I was fortunate. I gave them the money for that. But their boys look like my boys. We need to connect with these people. I just went to Elizabeth, New Jersey yesterday and spent the day with the family there. And they're beautiful, and we're going to invite them over for dinner. And wherever you are in America, there are 24 centers from the International Rescue Committee. Find out where these families are and invite them to your home.
You have to come back soon. We have a clock problem now.
I understand.
Thank you so much, Mandy.
I love morning TV.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We love you.
Thank you, thank
An
you.
important message about compassion, certainly
Please,
with
please.
what we've been covering and listening in the past couple of days.
Yes,
Thank
reach out to all humanity and welcome them to our home, to our country.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mandy Patinkin. And we should note Homeland airs Sundays on Showtime, a division of CBS. That is also where you can see the Spymasters, CIA in the Crosshairs, the documentary narrated by Mandy Patinkin.